Hello everybody. So in this video I want to talk about the reality effect. So this is something that we're going to come across while we're doing these Greg Goode experiments. So it's the feeling that things are real. And when we have a feeling that things are real, we normally think they're real, surprisingly. Now, but are they really real? No, it doesn't. If something feels real, it doesn't necessarily mean it is real. I mean, look at magic tricks. They look real, but it's not real. Here we have AI now in the world. It looks real, but it's not real. And we have psychedelics too. So people who take psychedelics, they have an experience which is hyper real. It feels even more real than normal. And so this gives the impression that you've discovered the truth because it's even more real than real. Now, when I've heard Bernardo Kastrup talk about this, which was quite interesting. We have one idea that of the mind, that it generates consciousness. And that's the materialist point of view, the physicalist point of view. And then we've got various other ideas. So it could be, the brain could be a receiver of consciousness. It could be a filter of consciousness. And the idea is that with the psychedelics, they suppress the brain. And because you suppress the thing which is limiting or filtering reality, you get a more real experience. So parts of the filter are shut down and you actually experience reality as it is. Now, this could be the case, but maybe it's not. The thing that Bernardo Kastrup said was that he used to take lots of psychedelics, and it's not kind of like when he was a kid, he used to take lots of psychedelics. I think he studied, he was studying consciousness, studying the mind, philosophy of mind, artificial intelligence and things like that. Computer engineering, I don't know how much of it was artificial intelligence, but he was studying these things and he thought he needed to try them himself. So in Holland, in the Netherlands where he lives, you can get magic mushrooms or truffles, I think they are, magic truffles. And he took lots of them along a couple of years, I think, and he had some very deep experiences. He said he wrestled, sometimes he gets quite poetic, despite the fact he's so scientific. And he said he wrestled with demons for eternities. And when he came back, and it felt really, really real. It felt more real than the normal world. But what this told him wasn't that things were more real, but that we can take something, a drug, or anything. I don't know, you could probably do it. I think they can do it with like magnetic things, possibly, or I don't know, but I've heard that there are other ways to do it. Well, of course, you've got meditation and things like that, starvation, fasting. Sleep deprivation can put you in altered states. And then the fact that you took something and things seemed more real suggests that the effect of reality is actually just something that can be, can come and go depending on not on the actual thing which is real or not. It doesn't depend on whether something is real, but it depends on whether you've taken drugs or not, to put it crudely. Now, so that reality effect that we have, so yes, of course, you take a whole load of psychedelics and you've battled demons in space for eternity, and you come back and you think, well, that might not have been real. But on a lower scale, there are things in our everyday world that seem real that are in fact not real. All these things these analogies that Advaita Vedanta uses, like you see a mirage, but the mirage cannot wet the desert. None of the water of the mirage can make the desert wet. Or the snake in the rope, a famous example. Or the bent pencil. So you put a pencil in water and you see it bent and it seems real. and you take it out and it's not bent. So this feeling that something's real, or magic tricks, etc., doesn't necessarily mean that something is real. So as we approach these experiments, and you can do it with the ones that we've already done, you can feel, when things feel real, it doesn't mean they are real. That's the important takeaway from this video. And we're going to see this as we go on. The combination of senses has a stronger feeling of reality, has a strong reality effect. But this doesn't necessarily mean that things are real. It's just how it feels, basically. It's just a feeling. So I hope that's helpful. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.